The rumble of my tractor's engine swallowed the soft hum of violins, and the clatter of falling chairs was only outdone by a woman's piercing scream. "You're going to crush the cake!" I eased off the gas, peering through a cloud of dust at a scene straight out of a fever dream. A bride in a billowing gown flung her bouquet in a panic, and a string quartet scrambled for cover as my 12-ton beast lurched forward, tearing through a fairy tale wedding like a bulldozer through a sandcastle. This wasn't how I'd planned my Saturday, but Monica, the neighborhood tyrant with a knack for steamrolling everyone's boundaries, had turned her daughter's big day into my personal nightmare. My name's Jack, and I live on a quiet patch of farmland, 20 miles from the nearest stoplight, a place I inherited from my grandpa. It's where the sunrises paint the sky gold, and the only sighters are deer or the odd hiker who's missed a trail marker. Most folks think the place is abandoned, which suits me just fine. I keep to myself, tending my fields and dreaming of expanding the farm. That Saturday, I was ready for a game changer, a sleek, GPS-guided tractor with tires wider than a linebacker's shoulders. I'd marked the gravel path, cleared the field, and held a signed invoice, buzzing with the kind of excitement you get when progress feels tangible. But when I stepped onto my porch that morning, coffee in hand, I froze. My lawn was unrecognizable. A white tent stood like a squatter, draped in silk, with a floral arch and rows of chairs arranged like they owned the place. A woman in a sparkling mother-of-the-bride dress barked orders about champagne glasses, and I wondered if I'd slipped into some alternate reality. Then I saw Monica, the local legend whose entitlement could make a monk lose his cool. I'd only met her once, when she chewed out a gas station clerk over a penny's change. Now she was strutting across my property like it was her private estate. I marched over to a woman in a loud purple hat fussing with centerpieces and asked what the hell was going on. She brushed me off. "Oh, don't worry, it's just a few hours. You won't even notice." My pulse spiked. Then Monica spotted me, flashing a smile so fake it could have been plastic. "Jack, you're here! We hoped you wouldn't mind. Your lawn's just perfect for this." I blinked, stunned. "You're holding a wedding on my land?" She laughed, like I was the one being ridiculous. "It's temporary, Jack. We're not hurting anything. The groundskeeper said it was fine." I don't have a groundskeeper. What I did have was a tractor delivery due in 10 minutes, and Monica had the gall to think my field was her daughter's dream venue. I checked my phone. A text from the dealership said the truck was minutes away. "I've got a tractor coming today," I told her, voice tight. "Scheduled a month ago." Monica's smile flickered, but she waved it off. "Can't you reschedule? We'll be gone by sunset." I almost laughed. "This isn't a public park, lady. It's my backyard." She patted my arm like I was a cranky kid. "Jack, be reasonable. You don't want to ruin my daughter's big day, do you?" I stepped back, jaw clenched. "You're on my property without permission. If anything breaks, you're paying." Monica sighed, muttering something about my lack of community spirit. "I'm not even in her damn neighborhood association." Then the semi crested the hill, my green monster gleaming like a tank ready for battle. I couldn't help but grin. The wedding was about to meet its invited guest. As the truck backed down the path, guests started whispering. Monica's daughter, Sophie, stepped out in her gown, her face paling. The photographer tried arguing with the driver, who ignored him and lowered the ramp. Monica stormed over, jabbing a finger. "Stop this delivery!" I shrugged. "It's scheduled." "You're not." The tractor's tires hit the ground just as a flower girl wandered into VYEW. Someone screamed. A groomsman tripped, knocking over chairs. The IO runner flapped like a flag in the engine's gust. I didn't yell or gloat, I just watched Monica's fantasy unravel. The driver, a grizzled guy with no patience for drama, kept the tractor rolling. Monica flapped her arms like an angry bird, but he didn't blink. Sophie stood frozen, her veil caught in a rose bush, while her groom, Ethan, stared like he was questioning every choice that led him here. A table of appetizers crashed when a guest tried to save a chair. Champagne soaked a bridesmaid's dress. The DJ yanked his cords, packing up like he knew the ship was sinking. A kid tried climbing the tractor's tire until the driver barked. "Not a playground!" Monica, now red-faced, waved her phone. "I'm calling the cops." "Go ahead," I said. "Tell them you trespassed for a wedding." She clutched her necklace, hissing. "You could have said no when we set up." "I wasn't home," I shot back. "You never asked?" Then she did the unthinkable, parked her SUV right in the tractor's path. The driver honked. "Move it, lady!" Sophie tugged at her mom's door, begging her not to ruin the photos. Ethan sipped from a cup, staring into the distance like he'd checked out. The wedding planner, clearly underpaid, tried to mediate. "Can we delay the tractor an hour?" she pleaded. I crossed my arms. "I scheduled this months ago. You took over my land without a word. Now you want me to pause my work?" She looked defeated. "I was told this was approved." A crunch echoed as the caterer's van clipped the floral arch, dragging it across the lawn. The photographer wailed. Sophie screamed louder. Monica still blocked the tractor, so I called the sheriff, reporting trespassing and obstruction. They were already on their way, thanks to a neighbor's noise complaint. Guests started whispering, some slipping to their cars. An older woman apologized quietly, saying she didn't know the event was unapproved. When the sheriff's cruiser pulled up, Monica strutted over like she owned the place. The officer surveyed the chaos and asked, "What's going on?" I spoke first. "They're holding a wedding on my land without permission. That's my tractor scheduled weeks ago. She's blocking it." Monica cut in. "We had verbal approval from the property manager." The officer turned to me. "You got a manager?" "Nope," I said. "I own this land. Never talked to her before today." He asked Monica for proof. She stammered, blaming the planner, who shook her head. "I was told it was secured." The officer sighed. "Folks, pack up. You're trespassing." Monica exploded. "This is my daughter's day. We paid for everything." He didn't budge. "You're lucky he's not pressing charges." Monica glared at me. "You love ruining joy, don't you?" I looked at the trampled flowers and crooked tent, then smiled. "No, I just love tractors." By dusk, the last car peeled out, leaving tire tracks and confetti. The sheriff stayed, chuckling as I thanked the driver. The tractor parked where it belonged, and my field was mine again. The next morning, my phone blew up. My cousin texted, "VY with a laughing emoji. A video of Monica's meltdown, titled, "Wedding vs. Tractor," had 200,000 VYUs. Online forums branded her the venue bandit. Memes popped upon captioned, "My special day? More like EVY tie-in notice." A neighbor drove by, honking, with a tractor crew sign taped to his truck. Then Monica left a voicemail, accusing me of humiliating her and demanding I remove the video I didn't post. She threatened to sue, claiming I'd ruined Sophie's marriage. I didn't respond but gathered evidence, delivery receipts, my deed, photos of my private property, signs, and Monica's social media posts bragging about snagging my lawn for free. The tractor's 360-degree camera footage sealed the deal. 2 days later, she sued me for $5,000 in emotional damages and wedding losses, claiming I'd disrupted her event and defamed her. My cousin Laura, a sharp lawyer, took the case for free, eager to dismantle Monica's lies. In court, Monica's tearful rant about shattered dreams flopped against our evidence. The judge dismissed her case, warning she was lucky I didn't countersue. Monica stormed out, muttering threats. The internet kept the pressure on her rants about big tractor conspiracies and corrupt judges, fueled more memes. She tried boycotting my land, claiming I ran a wedding sabotage racket. Then a florist emailed, saying Monica hadn't paid for the arrangements, offering exposure instead. The photographer and caterer followed, suing her for unpaid bills. Monica's empire of entitlement crumbled. Meanwhile, I put up a 6-foot sign. "Private property. No weddings. No photos. Tractor has right of way. Locals snap selfies with it. A couple rented my field for a respectful photo shoot, and I hung a shot of my tractor at sunset in my barn. Weeks later, a bridesmaid dropped off a letter from Sophie. She apologized, saying she didn't know the wedding was unauthorized. She'd postponed her marriage, rethinking everything. You didn't deserve this, she wrote. I wish someone had stopped her sooner. I held the letter, wind tugging its edges, and thought about how Monica had bulldozed everyone until she met me. That night, I raised a glass to my land, my tractor, and the peace I'd fought for. Sometimes peace isn't quiet. Sometimes it's a diesel-powered beast roaring through the chaos, reminding the world that even a quiet guy has his limits, especially when his lawn becomes a battleground for someone else's delusion.